everyone, it's Hannah from Story Kids. Welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. And a very special welcome back to our brand new season of Story Kids. I have missed you so much during the school year, but I'm really glad that now that it's summer, we get to sit and enjoy some stories together once again. If you want to see any of our old Story Kids episodes, they're linked right down below this video in a big playlist, or you can find them by clicking on the Story Kids YouTube icon. They will all be on that channel. Also right below this video, for your parents or guardians, are links to our Facebook and our brand new Instagram page. New videos will be posted on those platforms as well, so that I can let you know when there are new stories just for you. New stories will be posted probably 2 or 3 times a week, every week this summer. I am doing my best to work on the schedule, and I promise I'll let you know as soon as I know exactly when those new stories will be coming to you. But I'm really excited to get to see you and share stories with you again, and I hope you're excited as well. So, now that we have all that excitement, let's hop into the first story of our very brand new Story Kids season, and one of my all-time favorites from when I was your age, The Knight Who Took All Day by James Mayhew. Now, as I mentioned, this was one of my favorite stories, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. If you have any recommendations or stories you'd like for me to read, let me know on the Facebook or the Instagram or the YouTube, and I will be sure to get those for you. Now, let's jump into The Knight Who Took All Day. Here's some more art. Now, I know on Story Kids we love to talk about stories, but it's also important to remember that stories have so much more than just words. They have art, and I know that we've talked about all types of different art. We've talked about watercolor and collage and drawing and photography. So I hope you keep your eye out for the pictures in this book along with the words, because those are very important parts of the story, as we all know. Okay, let's jump in. There once was a knight who thought he was brave and fearless and handsome. Another really cool thing to look out for in this book are the typefaces. You can see that some of the words are written bigger than others, or fancier, or in capital letters, or in script. So those are a cool way to tell the story as well. He longed to show everyone how daring he could be. He especially wished to impress the princess, who sat in her tower, combing her long golden hair. But the princess wasn't very interested in watching him joust and fight. And there's the princess. Up there in the top corner. What I need to do, decided the knight, is defeat a terrible dragon. Then the princess will see how marvelous I am. The trouble was, no one had seen a dragon for 101 years. I'm going to keep reading over here. The knight rode through thick, tangled forests and looked into gloomy caves. He even peered down a raging volcano, but he could not find a single dragon. Goodness gracious. That's a pretty scary looking cave, huh? Then, one day, without warning, a dragon appeared on the horizon. And he was a pretty big one, too, with smoke pouring from his terrible mouth. The knight was delighted and ordered the squire to ready his armor. In case that's a new word for you, a squire is sort of like the knight's assistant. He helps him get dressed and get ready, sort of like a butler. Dragon. Wow! The squire ran down to the armory, which was down 101 steps. He chose the strongest suit of armor he could find and ran back up the stairs. show you that picture first. Look at all those stairs. Golly. And who's that up in the corner? Keep an eye on that. And all the while, the dragon rampaged across farms, scattering cows and sheep. The townspeople were very scared and ran inside their houses. Back in the castle, the squire gave the armor to the knight. "Not that armor, you fool!" he bellowed. "I need my shining armor with the curly flourishes, and fetch me a helmet with a visor." This is a very particular knight, huh? He wants just the right suit of armor. That might sound like a dragon to you, but that was actually a plane flying up above my house. The squire ran down the 101 steps and found the knight's shining armor and a helmet with a visor. Now you can tell me, keep an eye out on these pictures. Tell me if you notice anything interesting in them. We'll come back to it at the end. It's sort of like a little mystery, a little I spy. But when the knight saw the helmet, he was not at all pleased. "It has no plume. Fetch me one immediately, and a cloak to match." So the squire persuaded the royal peacock to part with a feather for a plume, but he couldn't find a cloak to match. He went all over the castle, yet nothing seemed quite right, until the princess gave the squire her favorite cape. Look at all those people running around. This is crazy! The knight was pleased. "How do I look?" he said to the squire. "Very fine," came the squire's reply. "But the dragon is almost upon us, sire." "Well, all I need now is my trusty sword," said the knight, "and my very best shield, the one with the dragon on it that I got for my birthday." Yikes, that dragon is so close. The squire ran down the 101 steps and fetched the sword and the shield. The knight grabbed them and swept off through the castle. It took a rather long time because the armor was heavy, and it was hard to see through the visor, and he kept tripping on the cloak. But he looked marvelous. And over in the picture, the knight is saying, "Now, where is that dragon?" I guess we'll see where the dragon is very soon. Outside, the princess stood before the dragon. "Who needs saving?" she said. "Dragons are easy to tame." "But I wanted to fight him," the knight protested. "Well, you'll have to wait for another dragon," said the princess, "and that might be for another 101 years. The knight was very angry. He trudged back up to his tower. There's the knight trudging. Meanwhile, The princess married the squire, and the dragon roared with laughter. They flew off together to see the world, and lived happily ever after. The end. What did you think? Did you like The Knight Who Took All Day? I know I did. One really cool thing that this book tells us is it doesn't matter what you look like. You don't need the cloak and the fancy plume and the visor. All you need to get things done in the world, to really make your mark and make change, is some bravery and a good attitude and trust in yourself, just like the princess had. She didn't make the squire go down the stairs 100 times and get all the fancy shiny armor. She just took what she had inside of herself and went out and fought the dragon. Or didn't even fight the dragon, tamed the dragon, made change using positivity and optimism and goodness rather than fighting. So if that teaches us anything on this lovely summer day, it is that you do not need anything more than yourself to make even small, awesome change in the world. You are the best weapon that you have, and your awesomeness and amazingness can be used for so much good. So I hope that inspires you to do something amazing for a family member or a friend or a pet today, because just like the princess showed you, you can do it. And you don't need all day to get ready. It's on the inside. That's what counts. So, that was The Knight Who Took All Day by James Mayhew. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, because I know I loved it. It's so silly. Isn't the night so fun? But it teaches us some good lessons too. So, until next time, I am Hannah from Story Kids. Keep on reading, everyone. Bye-bye.